Welcome to the Quantum World TV 2014, the first one of the year. And every year, as a tradition, we try to share what is our vision for 2014, this new year. But before we go there, I'd like to do like everybody does at the beginning of the year. We try to review what's happened the year in 2013, and it's very important because in some way how is going the university now and what we have accomplished last year is a testimony of what is possible even more for next year. And then looking at this event and sharing with you some of these newcomers and expanding of the university, I'm pretty sure will inspire you for 2014. You have to understand that we are a university, but we are more than that. We are a family. We are a collection of individuals that in some way align with this vision of, or this awareness of consciousness. And this is why university is being what it is now, and this is why it's growing, because we gather all over the world individual that already was working in this field, doing research, exploring different paths of healing. And today, Quantum University has become like the platform, the arena where these people can meet, exchange ideas, grow, and reinforce what I will call this power of healing with consciousness. So you are not the only one in the world now. We are forced, and more we connect together. More and more this university will also grow with you. So a year review of 2013, and I hope you have enjoyed this new video that we have prepared for you. I invite you, if you to share it with any of your friends. That will help us to grow this community of family of Quantum University, since our mean of communicating information, our resource are you and and us, So just to show you, that at this time in 2013, now we are reaching absolutely all the continent, as we will mention later on in the program. We have now graduated from all over the world, and it's sometimes, I remember years ago, because I'm in this path now for probably over 30 years, this was like an isolated phenomena. People was starting to read and do some research. There was year, where people will go in meditation or even go in other country, and there was an exploration about consciousness, an interest. And but before this become really an applied knowledge, an applied science to healing, and really make a difference in the strat of the society. Strat, when I mean the health care of the society. It took years, because you have there was first of all philosopher, thinker, and then as it goes, healer came along, and then now with this university, this concept of consciousness is reinforced by the science of quantum physics. So, and this is more and more through the years, we have in some way get more confidence and conviction. And this is where what I see how is evolving, the next year in this domain of healthcare, with a new vision, a new apprehension of reality that, as we know all each other, is more than what we see. So so don't fear. You're not you're not alone. Fear not be, was one of our hero in the Star Wars, because now we joining force, and it's Quantum University, but it's also other community of that group around this idea, and there's many others in the field now. We are not the only one that share this concept, but we are the only one that carry what I call the healing resources, the one that carry the knowledge that is associated with these principles of consciousness. Is the sound a problem?
It's okay.
So, you know, I'm sorry if you hear noise in the background at this time. You know, what is important, and there is many, I will say many factor or many vector that allow consciousness to expand, to this concept to grow. And one of them is that, you know, we need the resource, you know, the people who are teaching in the university. And this is what I all the time said in the past, and say even more now. So what makes the university is the quality of the teacher, is the level of awareness of the teacher and how they have influenced already society. And this year, you know, already we, as you see on the top of this image, we already had a team, very important team of teachers, but we have add new star in our community of teachers. And one of them, as you know, Dr. Dispenza now is part of the curriculum, and already people who sign up this year, I know, have the benefit to have access to his class. Dr. Dispenza is already very known. He was one of the actor scientists in the movie What the Bleep. He wrote books, Evolve Your Brain, how to change your habits. So I don't have exactly the title, but his work in the domain of what we call neuroplasticity, this work in the domain of how to change habit, and how this is understood now with the model of neuroscience, is absolutely a cornerstone in the domain of quantum medicine. Why? Because, you know, as a doctor myself, you know, have practicing for many years, one of the most, I would say, hardship of the most, or the resistance to healing, is probably our belief system, our habits, the way we relate to reality, this conditioning world that we have manifest through time, accordingly to our ancestor and community and social, and to change these habits. And this is something what, you know, I said this so many times. People come and they are caught with a health problem, a disease, and they want, of course, the magic cure. And magic is what we call in our world quantum creativity. But at the end of the day, you realize that the responsibility of the health problem that has been generated is the consequence of, you know, a way of thinking, of belief, as I said, but they have to be changed. And this is where is the challenge. How to change the chemistry, the biochemistry, how to change these emotions that associate with these diseases. And this is where come in the knowledge and all this application that has done Dr. Dispenza, who actually run workshop and continue to give conference all over the world, explaining and not only making individual to experience this new knowledge. So neuroplasticity, neuroscience will be at the heart of quantum medicine for the next decennies. So believe it. And how can we support that is because we have you see on his picture Dr. Fanning, who is one of the specialists who record through what we call brain mapping, the brain activity that can monitor this change in the brain. And this is another cornerstone, because what was, you know, for conventional medicine or traditional scientists, you know, a huge resistance. It was all the time to say, this is not scientific, you know, what you relate with is non-scientific. So how can we how can you prove that? Of course, you know, to assess subtle energy, and Dr. Goswami explained this in so many hours in his class, you know, the quantum measurement problem. There's no way to measure directly consciousness, so you have to measure indirectly. But is there a possibility to use now tools like EEG to map the brain and be able to track, you know, the behavior modification to the brain wave patterns? The answer is yes, and this is the work of Dr. Fanning, another newcomer in the university, that will teach the brain mapping. We are working this year to set up a certification in neurofeedback according to the knowledge to study the brain mapping. So this is, you see, all these, the neuroscience, the brain mapping are two pieces that will solidify the foundation of this quantum medicine. Because one of my main lectures all the time to say, you know, to give, no, there is no way that ancient model of healing, alternative or energetic medicine will be acknowledged, recognized, welcomed by conventional medicine if it's not based on solid foundation. And now this is what we have now. We had first Dr. Goswami, who has laid out the principle of quantum physics that apply to healing. And now with Dr. Fanning and Dr. Dispenza, we have another cornerstone in this building, under this foundation of quantum medicine, which is about to demonstrate how you can change behavior, how you can create new brain circuit, how you can change the awareness of the individual, and then you have a proof of it. So this is absolutely fantastic that we could add this to our curriculum. And just to share with you some experience, because last year, you know, as usual, I am a seeker, and before Dr. Dispenza came to the Congress, I was absolutely excited to go to one of his workshops, and we speak about it in the Congress. I done the experience of his technique, you know, to enhance awareness and then brain mapping, and I was very impressed, you know, by the results. So, if you know we have a way to feedback individual, if we have a way to not only dramatically be able to change, you know, brain wave patterns, and then later on conduct studies that could challenge the model of DNA, of genetics, this is an absolutely exciting news in the world of quantum medicine. Another comer is Lynn McTaggart, very well known. She's probably the one who has familiarized the people with the concept of quantum physics. You know, you have to realize that works on quantum physics books are around for years. I can remember even 20 years ago starting to try to understand what is this idea, and try to stretch my mind. And this was not all the time something to see how this relate with our, you know, daily life. So journalist Lynn McTaggart, already known by other works she has done, she was the one who came and in some way make easy to understand concept that was a little bit harsh for our mind. So this is a major contribution. Today her work is translated in many countries, and as it goes, Dr. Lynn McTaggart has wrote other book, Intention, The Bound. So we had the privilege to build with her what we call the trilogy now of these 3 books in a class. So this is a premiere where you have now on the video class, and this is also part of our curriculum for the newcomer in our program, the trilogy of Lynn McTaggart. This is absolutely a premiere when you can study with her, familiarize yourself with this concept, and of course it's again another layer that add to this foundation of quantum medicine. I have my picture there just to let you know that we are working this year, and we're coming with a new program, the medical assistant, and we will have an opportunity to speak more about it when it's complete. We are working also to have a holistic part to this medical assistant, and this is also something that is very important. How can we now, with this knowledge, this important information in regard of our health, how can we make a difference in the society? How this can go and penetrate in a little bit deeper in what we call the healthcare. And sometimes people think this is far away. No, it's not far away. We already have not only students all over the world, but we have also in our program doctor, nurse, all players in the healthcare that start to study integrative medicine and looking to ways to be able to integrate that in part of their modality of healing. So, it's a very important phenomenon, and I think will play a huge difference in the healthcare industry. Sometimes people, they worry about, okay, I'm getting a new student, I start to study this concept of quantum medicine, and how this will fit in regulation and state, and we found now with how our graduates succeed in different level of the societies. Either they express their skill in wellness center, or they are doctors starting to understand the problematic of disease and health from another angle. Knowledge is very important. Knowledge is very important, and this is why you have to share this with others. You have to share this with friends, and send them link to our class. To the Quantum World TV is a free event. Invite them to these events, and because this is how you expand this in society. There is, if I look 20 years ago, 30 years ago in my personal history, you should see how there was resistance at that time. I was a young doctor and published in Journal du Québec, which was the medical journal in Canada, in Quebec, where I was living. I just published a few articles. One was on the subject of hypoglycemia, another one on DS syndrome. You should see how all the comment and the resistance I had from community. Today, you speak about this subject, it's well known, and less challenge. It's more in the awareness of individual. You have to realize how much we have evolved, how much society is ready now to welcome practitioner of this quantum medicine. You have to realize that when we speak about making a difference and how knowledge is important, this is at the core of the quantum university. There is more than just a traditional or a way to teach natural medicine. There is a mind setup. There is an awareness, a way to relate with reality. And this is what our students, start to share together and experience. And this is why you see all these smiles now on this picture this year at the Congress of Quantum Medicine, the 2013. Because, we gather together, we exchange experience. Everyone come with a history of healing and etc. And there is like this joy, and this is and we are very happy about it. So this year, and that was 2013, we have seen grow the event of the Congress. We have probably 40% more participants than usual, and we expect this year to have even more, because the word spread out, and we will speak about more in another World TV, but we bring back a new comer in as a speaker, and the most popular one. So the Congress was absolutely a huge success. This was broadcast on the 5 continents. and we have seen the number of this participation growing. So this is very exciting. You have to realize that Quantum University is the leader in education in the domain of this idea of quantum medicine or consciousness. We are the leader all over the world. It's like, you know, it's pretty fantastic when we look at this. You know, this project started, you know, a few years ago, 10, 12 years ago now, and we never expect, you know, how the amplitude, you know, how huge this phenomena will be, and as it grows now, you know, it's even difficult to contain, and but it has to be even more. So we need your support, of course, to share the good news. So that was our event this year, and of course we're repeating this year another congress. We had the graduate, you know, this is from 10 continents, 10 countries, 5 continents, and of course as speaker, you know, this year we had what we call our dream team again, with Dr. Dispenza, Fanning, Dr. Pearl, who is world renowned, was also part of this event, and Dr. Fanning. So that was a real event. Graduate from 10 countries, and they are there. Australia now. There's a community there, very growing, of natural medicine and integrative medicine. Austria, Canada, Greece, Norway, Portugal, South Africa, Malaysia, UK, United States. So we can say now that the university is in 42 countries. So, and as I speak now, I believe we have participants, you know, probably from the 5 continents. And this is what I want to share with you this morning. You know, it's not just about the university growing, it's about this community of healing consciousness. And I like you put this in when you start the year, everyone should have resolution or intention. And I ask you this to think about this in a daily basis. Because, you know, you realize that, of course, people interested in the university are healers, people who dream to become doctor and make a difference. But we are dealing with, you know, people who has health issue. And we know as a quantum medicine healer that intention is very important, awareness. And there is this kind of entanglement between us. And I like at the beginning of the year that to make an awareness about that, so that every day we could have intention for this family of quantum medicine that are in the field there, helping others, and so that we grow this power of healing as not only individual but as a community. And it has to start now. And why this idea? It comes from the idea of sorry about this, but we have gave her an honorific doctorate this year, Lynn McTaggart. This experiment she has a book called Experiment in the Bound, and she makes us aware that when a collectivity of individuals focus at the same time or in a regular base, you know, it has been proven, she had made experiment that, you know, you can alter reality. This has an effect. So more and more we grow as a community. We should have this thought every morning, you know, to send this positivity, you know, of course, you know, you phrase this in the way you want, but, you know, this kind of intention awareness that we all together working to make a difference in the society, helping others that they are in the mode of suffering. Because what are we doing? We try to alleviate suffering, helping putting more light in the life of individual, break this feeling to be alone. This is most of the time, you know, what is disease. It's this feeling of separateness, separation, isolation. So, and as we grow now, and we are mass now, we are numbers, you know, we should have this connection all together, so that we empower us, each one of us, with our capacity of healing, because this is what is challenged every day, and of course carry on this to others to make a difference. Healing consciousness community, I think that should be, you know, the intention of the year, the thought. And please, we will have like later on a chat room. I'd like if we could this morning share what experience regarding this idea. This idea also, what is for you Quantum University? How this has made a difference in the sense that you were alone and now you are joining, you knowing other practitioner. How this has made a difference for you. And before I go in this 2014 now, I'd like to remind you also that we have Facebook community. We have a conference call, on a regular base. And, we invite you to participate to this conference call. This is activity that we have created to be able to exchange information between students. And as it goes, we will refine, we will add more resource to this conference call, so you can be also speaking with mentor students. So as we grow, we will improve this different means of way to gather together. And I know on the Facebook, many people sent link, message. I absolutely encourage to participate to this. So what it will be now, 2014, this is the year. I like to have a theme for every year. So this year, the theme that I think will be dear to me is a creative integrative vision for healthcare. Everybody probably aware or not, I'm preparing a book for this year, and it's a long it's a long work. I worked the whole year last year on this. It should be ready hopefully for the summer, and this is what I'm sharing about that. Why we hear many times about integrative medicine and healthcare and integrative healing, and what makes the difference now with Quantum University is, I think, what we could put, in this few words: creative integrative. And this is what, if for those who have studied with through the curriculum, have understood. Quantum creativity is in some ways the sparkle. This is what creates the leap, that allows spontaneous healing to happen. And it's very well illustrated by the literature of Dr. Deepak Chopra, and a little further the work of Dr. Goswami when he speaks about quantum creativity. If in some way Dr. Dispenza is the one that can speak about the engineering, how to create new brain circuit, this is Deepak Chopra and Dr. Goswami that brought this idea of spontaneous healing to the process of quantum creativity. Creativity and intelligence. This is in some way the sparkle of what we are looking for. The model of medicine, as that we know, is, it's kind of a linear model. Everybody understood about that. It's like, it's wrong. It's like it's incomplete. It's like, it gives you a perspective of the reality that is, what we describe in our world, the 0.0000001%. It's like what you see. What has defined the medical education system that we know. He has defined the individual in terms of chemistry and microbiology, physics, Newtonian physics. In other words, it's a model that acknowledges as far as the atomic model. It doesn't go beyond. It doesn't transcend what is seen. It doesn't go beyond the eyes. And this is this frontier that we are crossing now with the knowledge of quantum medicine or quantum physics. We are crossing a frontier where we expand our awareness in what we call the unseen. And this is what makes the whole difference. So this is why I came with this slide this morning. There was a time when it was convenient to think that the earth was flat. You have to realize not that far ago, people was all hooked to this kind of perception. And someone who came with some other idea looks like weirdo or stupid, but there was a time too, let's that this reality could no longer be denied. There came a time when reality can no longer be denied. In other words, you could not deny anymore that the earth is not flat. It is the same in medicine. There was a time when it was convenient to believe in a materialistic point of view of human health, but reality cannot be denied anymore. And this is where we are now. Sometimes people think, oh yes, there's this adversity against natural medicine, and now we cannot do this anymore. Stop it, because this phenomena that we are observing, this expansion of awareness, and this is what is about 2014. You cannot stop this. You cannot stop knowledge, understanding. You cannot stop a new perception of reality. I'm sometimes amazed, with all this conspiracy, and maybe you have conspiracy out there, but you know what? The major one is you cannot do against about the fact that people get, more educated, more aware. So people now start to perceive things that they were not perceiving before. I was very amazed not long time ago. I saw a program on CNN, and this was with very popular. It's about experience after death, and the title was Beyond Heaven or something. I don't remember exactly the title, and Anderson Cooper was the animator. Can you believe that? Now you are on the national TV, and they are speaking of people that have experience, momentary experience, like they were declared dead and they come back. I don't want to get in the theology of that, okay? Because some people don't believe in this light and tunnel, and doesn't really matter. What's matter here is, it's a leap of awareness. You can have this leap, some people, like to die and come back. You can have this in a dream. Some people, like Newton, was. We heard that he was sleeping under a tree, and an apple fell. Another one, Archimedes, was in his bath. What we can agree, the common denominator here is someone has experienced something transcendent that has revealed something beyond our reality. And in one of this testimony, there was this lady, with an advanced, I think was a Hodgkin, terminal, intensive care, and there she do an experience of forgiveness, unconditional love, come back, and she said, in other words, she resolved the conflict in this experience of greater awareness of forgiveness and love. And then she said, I have no more reason to feed this cancer. And the month later, with all proof, scientific proof, everything disappear. The cancer disappear. No more ganglion, no more blood around. So this is pretty amazing. So in other words, you have on this national TV another spontaneous experience. Did we have this kind of testimony before? No, that was not over there. Now people open to this reality beyond, and she's not the only one. Now if we are in a congress like this year, you speak with most of our students will come with stories where they have experienced know the law or something, an expansion of awareness. So society, in other words, is moving toward a greater awareness. You cannot stop this. You cannot stop this because now it's become more collective. And of course, you can see or ignore, don't see it, and sometimes putting more awareness on the negativity. But there is something now that is there, that is kind of more familiar. It's like, years ago you would not even have speak about it. You would not bring this on the CNN because everybody will have shut their TV. So, can you come back to the PowerPoint? This is what I'm speaking about. So, this is in some way, as I said, awareness, but this is about education. This is what I call a renaissance in medical education. And this is what is about Quantum University. We are in some way the first sparkle of this renaissance in medical education. We welcome, you know, other university to share this knowledge that we have in our university. We welcome to share this kind of sparkle that will allow doctors, healers from all kind of, you know, avenues or all kind of path to have this understanding of quantum physics, to have this understanding of the principle of quantum physics, to have this understanding of quantum creativity and healing, to have this understanding that we are not caught in this determinist model, because you have to realize medicine is not only linear, it's deterministic. You know, in some, you know, the process is to come with a diagnosis, and then there is kind of a box, and there is no way to get out of the box either by pharmaceutical or surgery. We try to break this paradigm, add another, expand the frontier of awareness, of understanding. This is what I call Renaissance education, and this is what I call creative integrative medicine. Because you know what, you can be a natural healer and still have the dogma and the frame of thinking of a medical doctor. They're looking for pills or natural products for a problem. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's what I'm saying. What has to be changed is more than that. It's the new way to relate with the individual, the new awareness that you will have in when you have to deal with the individual and their health, and an awareness that allow the unseen, the southern energy to work, to be part of the reality. This is what I call a renaissance in medical education. Renaissance medical education is creative integrative medicine. Knowledge of health through a renaissance in medical education will open a resource for healing that will make what we are doing now look like it's from another age. And I don't want to be a prophet, but it's probably what's happening. You should see now, when you start to do search online, you know, of what everything as it's now available in terms of new model of tool to assess energetic healing, new technique, a new way to approach health, you know, designed accordingly to quantum physics. This is incredible. But you know, it's like it has been contained years ago, you know, by the status quo or the way to look at medicine. It's like everything was channeled to some path, like, you know, where the individual walking has a diagnosis, and here you have two options, you know, or you cut or you take this medication. Now we start to expand that, and when we will have add the foundation of a science model to support this, then you know what we are doing now as healing medicine will completely change. You know, I suspect people will heal with frequencies, and of course homeopathy will come back in the field, and all other technology that we cannot even imagine. You know, if I look at our graduates, the way they express their knowledge in the field, it's very original. You know, I'm very surprised, and differently from other school or universities. Like you are not training or educating robot. Everyone has kind of a different skill of healing, and will practice in its own way. Regarding the principle he has learned, and this is what is necessary, because out there you have different kind of people, different kind of patient or client, and they need to resonate with different individuals. And some, of course, to restore health, you know, will be more at ease with this kind of technique or this modality of healing. And this is what will be this new community of healer, but working with tools that I don't think we don't have even no idea how different they will be, but they will be, of course, more in tune with nature, with universe, with what we call the creative intelligence. creativity, intelligence. So sometimes we look at society and we think, you know, the human being is at a dead end now. It's like, you know, we have reached a point of non-retour, you know, no comeback, and then we try to figure out, you know, what is the next path, you know, for humanity. And you look at energy and petrol, and you think, you know, if we keep going this way, we will create so much pollution. There was a book that was written at the time, you know, where it said we are no return now. The way we are now, there's no way to come back. And medicine, in some way, we reach a point where, in some way, healthcare, the way it's designed. I'm not questioning, you know, is it a social or private medicine here, as you know. I'm questioning how medicine is practiced. Is in a crossroad where there is a major statement, is we cannot afford this kind of medicine anymore. We cannot afford, in some way, if I'm in Canada, because I practiced medicine in Canada for many years, and I know that is the more social medicine, and they have the same problematic. They cannot afford medicine the way it is practiced. And some way, same thing here. You know, we try to be. Now this is a debate. You know, the Obamacare and healthcare. Try to find, you know, how we can, you know, alleviate suffering, and how we can make available this medicine to everybody. That was the main point in Canada. But how medicine is practiced, you know, it's not affordable. So there is, of course, people who will come from a bureaucratic point of view, administrative, and try to solve the economic, socioeconomic problems. But bottom line, what is our speech, what we're seeing in quantum medicine is how we do medicine. This is how this has to be changed. How we relate with the individual. We have to and this is what is creativity and intelligence. This is what, you know, will in some way help not only in medicine, but all the avenue, all the strata of the society to make a difference. Is when we will apply more creativity, more innovation. And this is what we are speaking about. We have to, in some way, we have to influence this healthcare through a new model of healing. And this is what we are coming with Quantum University. I believe in the future, many of our graduates will be working in clinics and hospitals also, through a different career, as a nurse, as a doctor, and also medical assistant, implementing the different modality. But not only that, carrying with them a new awareness to relate with the client, because it's not just here changing a technique or, you know, kind of pill by another kind of treatment, but it's a way of thinking. And this is what will make the revolution. And this is what I'm speaking when I'm thinking about creativity, intelligence. This is what it takes now to make a difference. The core foundation of health will be a recenter around the reality of full potentiality of the individual instead of the disease. This is another cornerstone. You know, as you know, when you look at the individual in terms of trying to find problem. I'm not saying we should not do diagnosis. It's very important, but with our scope should broaden to the whole potentiality of the individual. And this is what is going also neuroscience today. This is where is all this regard of neuroplasticity. You know, what is this individual? How can it be at its full potential? And that should be, you know, the vector that direct all our research, and not only the prevention. You know, the way I see this is design prevention today. I'm not saying it's wrong, but in some way it's more pharmaceutic oriented. You know, here you don't take this pill, you may have this kind of problem. You know, in some way it's distorted by some intervenant of the healthcare, because it should not be that. You know, you know, you have all these exam now, scan, and are very encouraged, you know, to do them. But it's very scary to go there, because you know that if they find something, here you will be caught in a path where, you know, they will have to cut something or give you some chemotherapy, or and you know that some of your relatives, you know, went through this path. So in some way you want to do your checkup and all these assessments. And the other side, are you not scared they find something? Because what is the outcome? And this is where we it's so important, you know, what the work we are doing now, and why this is why you are so important, because you will be the one inside this community of healing that will start to teach different modality of healing. Let's say instead to go and see the doctor to try to find what's wrong, you go to see the doctor to find, you know, what can you do to be at your 100% potential? How can you do that your brain work at its best? How can you do that you know, you have integrate, you know, emotion in a point that all your system work at its best, you know, instead to try to look, you know, what is the problem, and here you have to cut something. You know, the model of prevention has to be completely reviewed in terms of potentiality, not in terms of disease, because it's, you know, it starts to be very scary. Of course, you know, I'm not saying there is not good intention there, and I'm not saying we should not do some scanning. Yes, we have to do it, but what do we do in the meantime to not only maintain health, but to improve and make that individual to live 120 years old and die from old, to be old and not die from a disease? What do we do for that? You know, in some ways. And so this is where this foundation of medicine has to be reviewed, and this is why it's so important. And this is probably the difference of the doctor in the future destinies. You know, they will have a role to enhance the potential of the individual also. And doing so, you know, a population will be much more motivated, you know, to support the behavior change. So the individual will be able to reappropriate the right to heal through costless and affordable technology available to everyone on the planet. This is coming now. I saw recently online eye doctor. You know, you can have an iPhone now. You can monitor whatever you want, almost. You know, you can have almost a lab test. You can do an echography and so on. So now the technology will make available tools that the individual will be able to monitor its parameter of health, and not only that, the parameters that, you know, make you that you perform better, you more integrate with all you know, the quality of intelligence, as we study in the Taoist medicine course, and so on. So and that will be available, you know, through your iPhone. Through your iPhone, you will be able to do a reading of your meridians pretty soon. You will be able to do scanning of your chakras. You can do so. It's not just about here, you know, have a high numbers and you know, but it's what can I do? What are the quality? What are the attitude? What is that reflect on my energetic body that can make me more integrate and feel better? You know, so that will change also the attention of society on other priorities. This is inevitable. Why? Because this is the truth. And the common sense is to evolve toward more possibility for health and well-being for the common good. Being healthy is inherent to the pursuit of happiness and a right so dear to the American people. You see, this pursuit of happiness now, and its root in the American society. And how can you translate this with healthcare now? Most of the time you translate this with healthcare with an accessibility to all the care to everybody, thinking that, you know, this is in some way relating with happiness. But what if the medicine is designed now more in terms of integration and full potentiality? This is real happiness in some way. And what if, in some way, knowledge, education is not only in the hands of few individuals. The way the design society has been designed in the past is like the omnipotent doctors that know everything and cure everything, and we know that the system cannot support this anymore. From a system where individual is more in responsibility, has more tool in his hand, and the doctor is seen more, of course, I'm not saying that we will not have to do diagnose, but there is more resource to restore health than what we know actually. People will say, oh, he's Dr. Paul, he's a dreamer. Or, no, this is happening now. This is happening now. When we say, I'm saying you cannot stop it. You can create as many regulations you want, but more and more society is educated. More and more society is knowledgeable, and more they're aware of the potentiality of all this modality of healing. You cannot stop that. You cannot stop it. It's not. You can contain them for a certain time, but this is what people want, and this is where is the awareness of a collectivity that most of the time follow in how healthcare could be organized. I was amazed the other day. I was listening. Dr. Oz, everybody knows, he's kind of famous, and he's very pro natural medicine, I can see. And he was speaking about magnetism as a tool to cure, and he came with I found he was very bold because he brought the client and explaining how they were cured with this, and then what impressed me is he come at the end, he said, he was speaking to his audience, he was saying, you are the one that has to ask this to your doctor. You were tired to have a pill and medication, ask them about magnetism, how that can help your back pain or your arthritic knee or in someone. You have the one that have come again and again and ask for these modality of healing, and this is how it works. And more the demand is there. Sooner or later, and this is already starting. This will be more in the system itself. I can envision now emerging from all directions a new generation of healer and doctor trained in the creative integrative medicine vision based on the foundation of quantum physics applied to the understanding of human being. It's already there, as I show you last year, 2013, the phenomena of quantum university, the phenomena of all these individuals coming all over the world studying this knowledge of healing from the point of view of quantum physics is growing. The interest in the medical society is growing also. So it's not anymore. We're not saying it's for tomorrow. It's now. It's there, and you will be amazed, how people are touched in society now with this new approach. That will allow tapping in the infinite field of healing, because modern medicine will have broadened the frontier of the perception of human reality. This is why it was important to establish a new model of science in the current system of medical education, as we are doing. You see, this is how important is our role. We are in some way, we are the leader in this field, but it's not just the idea to be a leader. That we carry on this mission to change the vision, or how the healer, how the doctor relate with the individual. In some way we try to expand this awareness. As I said, we expand the frontier for where the doctor the tomorrow, or the healer of tomorrow, will perceive the individual not only in terms of disease but potentiality, will relate with subtle energy and all this possibility of healing to restore health. This is huge, and this is what is quantum. This is what we carry on. And And this is so important, because society, this is the way society is designed, or conventional medicine will never welcome these alternative approach. I'm not saying just accept, but integrate in the healthcare without this foundation. And this is where, and this is what is our mission, and this is what you also carry on. Because, you know, years ago, you know, you were speaking about, you know, this new technique you learned, or this yoga, and this, and people was kind of smiling at you. Ah, non-scientific, and what you're doing is kind of weird, though. No, the time is turning around now, because you can look at them and you say, hey, wake up, you know, you have to upgrade your model of science. You are the past, your model of perceiving things is outdated now. Wake up to this new science. And then you can relate that you are not the only one to think like this. There is a world community, and then you can relate also that you learn from leader, people who has published, people has authority, people who belong to this scientific community and start to implement in their field. You know, Dr. Dispenza, Dr. Bruce Lipton in biology, Dr. Goswami, Lynn McTaggart, and others. You know, they have started. You're not the only way to think at this, and you have so this is very important. Can we bring the Imagine thing? You know, I invite you to. I write a blog now on a more regular base. I will start again this year, and I like to bring this one. It's about Imagine. You know, I hope you have read it, and this is why I like to bring it back this morning. Of course, everything starts with a dream, an intention, and then it starts to grow. And then, and of course, you know, it's sharing this with others. And this is where we need your help. You have to realize now we are not, you know, we grow this community. And every time you refer a student to us, you forward an email, you send something to the Facebook, you're helping us to grow that community, because we need, you know, as it grows, we need more and more help. Then this year we have grow our team, you know, of 3 newcomer that we will introduce you later on in marketing and production and programming. We will have the opportunity to introduce these, but this is how you know, is going. So we need a lot of help and resource, and so I invite you, you know, to help us. If you're already a student, you already know about university, if you already share our common goal and this intention of healing and consciousness, if you already, please, you know, help us referring, forwarding email, coming on Facebook, and now we have also on the website. And can we show this? We have also a referral tool on our website that if you refer a student that sign up in our program, you can have credit hours. So you just go in our website about referral form, Quantum University referral advantage. So think about, sometimes people don't think about it. They just speak, but they don't make an action. You can be a reward for this action that you will do, because we track this, you know, when our academic advisor have a lead and follow up, and then you have registered properly on the website, we can reward you with a $300 credit, of course, so where you can follow other course in the program. So this is very important. So let's, before we start our conversation on online, on the chat room, and today I told you the question is, you know, what Quantum University, what is family of Quantum University has brought to you, if you can share your experience about it. And but before we go there, let me inspire you with this blog, and was also wish for this new year. Can we come back, Alexis, to the, yeah. So I call it Imagine. Everybody know this famous song of John Lennon, Imagine, and that was the wish for the year. Imagine that doctor, nurse, and healthcare practitioner in our society have access to the art of healing, with the field as a source of all healing. Imagine that doctor, nurses, and healthcare practitioners in our society are aware of an enlightened model of medicine, which believe the impossible can happen with spontaneous remission. Imagine that doctor, nurse, and healthcare practitioner in our society do not only see the 0.0001% of reality matter, but can perceive the southern energy anatomy of the individual. Imagine that doctor, nurse, and healthcare practitioner in our society do not separate themselves from the experience of healing, but are aware of the need for healing entanglement with the client. Imagine that the most precious information regarding healing is part of the medical curriculum, so that the great doctors and healthcare practitioners in this society can understand the mechanic of mind, body, and spirit. Imagine that doctor, nurse, and healthcare practitioner of this society master the power of intention. So, you may say I'm a dreamer, but if we look at 2013, if we look back these 10 years, I think we the success and this growing phenomena of quantum university show that we are not dreaming. It's reality now. And I hope you will share in the next moment, some experience you have that show us that what we are living here is real. Thank you very much, and let's start to exchange now with our participant. Is it? Can you put it full screen?
Can you do this now? We'll make it full screen in a second.
Okay. Is the who is the first one?
It's the one that's highlighted. Can you read that?
Yeah. You can.
I will make it full screen.
Okay. You have a client who always seems to be experience a weakness on either side of the body. Are there specific remedies for complaint to the right side or the left side of the body? We will have, of course, we have to add different modality in our curriculum, because what we have now is, we cover different angle. What you seem to share here is some people sometimes invert, polarity, left and side, and there is some kinesiologic technique to correct that. I'm not I'm not equipped to show this today, but we will probably have courses in the future that explain. But for now, if you know someone who do some kinesiology, applied kinesiology, muscle testing, they should be the one that we can help you with this kind of problem, because I'm pretty sure there is some problem with the polarity with this client. When you reverse left side, it's absolutely energetic. It can has to do with some past trauma, some memories. But to explore that, try to find in your area or someone who work with applied kinesiology. This is not one of my forte, though. And if you have difficulty to find them, come on the community of Facebook, come on the call also. and you would probably network chat with people that can refer you to someone. And be confident. When you ask a question like this to universe, sooner or later you will have an answer, and the proper people will put on a road that will explain this phenomenon. Unfortunately, I study so many things, kinesiology in the past, but it's not my forte. But I know in applied kinesiology that can be correct pretty easily, this kind of problem. Next question. Thank you for this question. I like practical question too. Now we have what is the next one?
Okay, let go.
Oops, what's happened? Okay, next question here. You have a client, you listen to experience. Yeah, we just answered this question. Do we have another? We are looking.
Yeah, hold on. one.
Okay. Can we take from a conventional medicine practice the quantum healing and wait a minute. What can we take from conventional medicine practice to the quantum healing and practice? You know, for us, the idea of integration is very important. So, in other words, we welcome, we like to be welcomed by conventional medicine, but we welcome conventional medicine. We think that all models of medicine are part of this health care, and medicine is important. You know, I am a medical doctor, so I know exactly what I'm speaking about. You know, I went through this process of education, and I'm very happy today. I'm very honored that I went through this, and I understand that there is part, you know, of the process when someone is out of balance, has pain, where you have to establish a diagnostic. What we are saying is that picture is not complete. You know, we have to, yes, we need that part, but we need also to see, you know, have a bigger picture of the whole, and have access to more resource of healing. So our objective is both community are working together, and this is what is coming to, you know, when if you knew how many doctors and nurses now that start to study and sign up in our, you will understand that there is as many healer in the community of healthcare that are interested in integrative medicine and quantum medicine that you have in society. So it's the same percentage. You know, if you have, let's say, 1% or 10%, same numbers you will find. And so, and they start to also implement this modality. But the whole system, you know, the ways define medicine, the ways define the law and the regulation, the way medical board, you know, define how people should be treated. It's very limitative. And as I said, the only way to expand that is to have a model that is taught in university, and this is where we come in. So, in other words, we embrace the whole medicine, you know, what is doing there, but we just try to expand the vision. So what is part, you know, conventional medicine is part of integrative medicine. This is the way we like to see it. And I never deny, you know, my medication training. You know, I'm very proud of it, and I think I'm in my soul and heart I'm a medical doctor, but I just broadened my perspective of healing. So when someone walked the door, and if that was when I was in this full practice in Canada, I have many tools in my box, and they will probably come to me because already medicine could not answer their problem. So I will have other tool, other way to look, other angle to see and help this individual. I hope I answer your question, but it's a very good one. So it's not because the time where we will oppose one to another, I think, you know, we have to finish that. I think, you know, quantum medicine bring a broader view to see reality, which is you know, not eliminating the point of view of others. No, it's including. It's just giving more perspective. This is very important. Next question. From Mike Olare, I have heard many speakers teach different ways to set an intention. How will you teach this? You know, this is, we try in some way, you know, to give some foundation. You know, for me, when I start to, design the curriculum, what was important is to create like a common language for everybody. Years ago, I was invited in a congress in San Francisco on consciousness, and everybody was speaking the same thing, but, you know, with so different terminology. So we try in some way to lay out, you know, a common language, and I think Dr. Goswami and Lynn Metegat does this pretty well. But now, when come in the application, you have to realize that this is where, you know, we can see so different ways that the practitioner will go. And then you have to respect who you are. You see, this is very important. The difference between quantum medicine and medicine, you know, is like medicine try to standardize. You know, when you get out of university, everybody for this problem will prescribe about the same thing. and then to be sure they will keep you on track with the specialist. So they try to create protocol, but it's very difficult because at the end it's it may get out of control. But this is what we try. In quantum medicine, I think this is almost impossible, because intention will work absolutely, with your own heart, your own soul, your own consciousness. And then, of course, you will see, when people study, some will be more, oriented to homeopathy, and others will be more, fit more with a model of acupuncture, Taoist medicine, kinesiology. There's so many modalities, and out there, plus, there is also different tools. So, and of course, we may present some of them, but you have also to respect who you are and what resonates the best with you, and this is definitely where you will make the choice. So, if we come back now to intention, if you go in some previous class, you will see Dr. Goswami speak about the fact that intention work at best if you more in the individual relation. Let's say you want to broadcast a million people with your intention. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but of course, it takes more leverage. So in practical, if you speak with Lynn Mctaggart, she will tell you that if you are collectivity that direct your intention to one point, one focus, then you have more result. So, but how this will work? Intention can work through anything. Can work this morning to my language. How I speak with you, even have this strong accent. I'm sure it's wrapped with a lot of intention. Before I start my day, of course, I done my meditation time, and I try to align this, with. But everyone will have a different, I would say, scenario. Some people maybe don't need to connect. I was saying, remember Dr. Paul this summer. He's on his own style. Everyone has to respect who they are. Because this process, of becoming a quantum doctor or doctor of natural medicine, integrative medicine, is also a growing process for yourself. They were looking, what is the motivation, of people who goes in medical university or study to psychology. Most of the time, the backlash of this is, it's about themselves because they want to solve personal issue, or they have been facing, in their family the difficulties, and so you have your personal history, and it's about it in this process of education. Differently in some way of some other school, it's also a growing process about yourself. Most of the time, and I like to you share this with me too. My student will say, I learned so much, but not about just knowledge, about who you are. Because when you start to tap in this field, of consciousness, and you start to study with this mentor, like Dr. Goswami and others, you start to understand more about yourself, and then, what we create here is like kind of a platform. And then from that platform, you can be who you are, with your own belief system, from your own path, and your own religion. You see, because we welcome people in our university. Some are believer, they have deep faith, they have from different continents, so they have different also cultural and religious background. It's fit for everybody, because it allows you to be more who you are, and your intention will be carry on, in regard of who you are. So maybe if you do homeopathy, intention is carried to your homeopathic products. If you play music, we have some artists, that explore, musical, that your intention will flow through that. If you are a counselor, to your throat chakra, the vibration of your voice or in your heart. So intention is in some way subtle, is an essence that come from your heart, and who you are is very important. because who you are in some way is resonate, give a specific note in the whole orchestra, and we need to hear this different note than the others. And you will find this when you study and you grow in this process. You will find yourself. You will find what are your skills, and this is why most of the time I see people that are coming in the university. Sometimes they come and they want to know exactly what will be the end product. I said, just wait, just go in the process, and then as it goes, you will define yourself. And even in practice, as it grows, you will define yourself. I have a student who asked me recently about the technology, because there's so many technology out there, and then she doesn't know, and who knows? Maybe it's a tool for her, it's not a tool for the other. You have to listen who you are. Some like to work with technology, some just like to work with their hands, their hearts. Intention will be carry on any ways accordingly, the best, if you are honest with who you are. Hopefully I answered this question. Thank you. Let's take another one. We have students in 71 countries. Another. Is it this question?
Yeah, or this one.
In 10 countries. Okay. Hannah, Fadi, do you have a clinic or hospital link to your university program curriculum? This is a very important question, and I have this very at heart now. We are working to have a clinic work where students will be able to practice hands-on. You have to understand that what we've done in the last 12 years is tremendous. First of all, to set up all this community and curriculum, and that was first of all the challenge to have set up the online service, and then to maintain it. You have to realize now to maintain the university, we have a staff now over, I think we have over a dozen people working on registration and technical support and programmation, production, and it's huge, So, and now the next step now is to absolutely to work with hospital. It's coming now for 2014. I don't want to lay out the project exactly. When they will be there, they will be announced. But we're working to have a clinic where students will be able to work with mentor, to be able to experience different modality. So this is absolutely something that is dear to us. This is why we need your help. You understand that. We have very little resource. We don't have any grant. We don't have any other resource than the enrollment and how we grow this community. And this is why you can help us to spread the word and share this phenomena of Quantum University to all your friends. And as I told you, if you have referral, put them online, send link, forward our email, and that will be the best way for us to help us and for us to speed up, to establish these clinic resource where students can be trained. Thank you. Is it Mike?
Yes.
Dr. Paul from Michael Leary, could you predict within the next 10 years what you think may be the biggest contribution of quantum medicine? This is what I called the beginning medical renaissance. I think we will be seen as the sparkle of that, the medical renaissance. We will be perceived as the seed in the actual curriculum of university, because we are doing the premiere now, and then because we already have requests of university asking for us to share some course and program. So I think we will be seen as the seed of that, and being the seed of this is also the seed of this new awareness how to relate with in this relation healer-healy, and then has created the possibility for conventional medicine to welcome this quantum medicine. This is how important it is. You know, as a medical doctor, I don't share this very often, but you know, I have of course my combat, you know, with my board when I was in Canada. And one of the strongest arguments from the medical society there was, it's not scientific, it's not taught in university. They were hammer this all the time, again and again and again. What you're doing is like, you know, we don't know what you're doing. It's not teaching university. And I understood at that time that, you know, society to change has first to grow awareness about some new concept. But, you know, the pinnacle of where paradigm shifts are in university. And this is why they hold there for so long afterwards. But this is where, you know, when they have teach at, you know, in university, in school, in education, and start to teach to people 200-300 years ago that the earth was not flat, and then we were not the center of the whole world, but there was a solar system, you know, of course, then it has been taught in university, sure, and then that would be, this became kind of common knowledge. So this is in some way the core mission of this university, and you are the pioneer with us, because you know you cannot make this happen just one. When you have a community of people thinking this way, and then you have scientific community thinking this way, and then when you start to teach this, you know, in university, then you know you are there. So I think in 10 years, maybe before, I don't know, but this is where things are going now. So because of course, you know what we're saying, sometimes people were already there individually 10 years ago, but now it's like a social event. Thank you to ask that question. And thank you, Mike. You are doing the one who doing a great job with the conference, student conference, and Mike, welcome you to participate this conference. What is the schedule again, Alexi? What is the?
Will be an announcement.
The schedule will be announced. So he's one of our supporter now, and part also of our team, staff team now, to mentor student. Okay, what is the next question? Is it Hannah?
Yeah.
For our children and patients, the biggest contribution will be a quantum medicine university hospital. Yeah, absolutely agree with you. I'm aware. At the present time, we are speaking with a hospital, a university now, to make that happen. Rennie Hartman, what is your advice with helping medical physicians to accept some of what we have been taught? Some are very open, but others are very skeptical and form opinion right away instead of embracing the... Okay, very, very good question. First of all, I will suggest don't work when you have resistance. If you have people that are already open to this idea, work with them. Don't try to convince anybody, okay? Because the work you will do will sooner or later influence them. But as you said, there is already people that are open to this idea. You know, we have many students that work in chiropractic clinic and medical clinic, and they will work under the doctor. We will have a class on this, explaining, you know, Canada, United States, some technique can be, when prescribed by doctors, can be reimbursed. It's very important. So you can absolutely team with medical doctor, and this is why, and you are looked seriously because you have a degree. You can show that, hey, I have studied university here, I have a degree that is recognized in America, I belong to a board. You see, when you go this route, you know, you are respected by people who are open to this idea. Don't lose your time when people are skeptical, because you have so much work already to do with the people that are open. You know, years ago maybe you have to, you know, convince, because the crowd of people who are open to it was pretty slim. But it's not true anymore now. There is more that you can do with people that have this open idea, and this is how the whole society will follow. And I speak by experience. Of course, at the beginning I would give conference and I have this skeptic people in the crowd. I would pay a lot of attention to them and miss people who were already open to my ideas. So then came a time when I said, let's pay attention people who are in a less resistant mode. So, I'm not saying don't try to convince them, but most of the time, some people they will not change because they are getting also in some conflict of interest. So go with where is less resistance, and already your hands will be full with that. And more you make result, more and more patient will come, more and more the other, they will see the outcome. And as it said, nobody can stop this now. The way healthcare is coming in America, there will be recognition more for prevention. There is an openness to modality of alternative medicine. So it's not even sometimes we have all these bad news, and it's not there to stop. It will grow. So don't worry about this. Thank you for your question. René Atman?
Yes, another question. What was it, this one? Same one.
The same one. Cynthia?
Yeah.
Cynthia Lane. Quantum Hospital might be quite a feat since funding for CAM by insurance company reimbursement may have been more common for more treatment type. Let me read that again. Quantum Hospital might be quite fit since funding for CAM by insurance company reimbursement may have been more common for more treatment type. Yes, absolutely. I am also wondering if there are treatment facility for doctoral practicum students in different states. There is one Quantum Hero, one in Hawaii, correct? There is one Quantum Hero, one in Hawaii. I am also wondering if there are treatment. I'm wondering if there are treatment facility for doctoral practicum students in different states. As I said, if you speak about practicum, we give us some time, because this you have to sometimes an idea take a lot of work to be implemented, and lot of resource, and so we're working on this, the practicum, and of course as our curriculum will be shared soon or later in other universities, this will also spread out. It's just a question of time, so we have to be patient with this, but we have our strategy how to permeate the healthcare system. Okay, next question. Quantum medicine energy. Marisa Roque. Are quantum medicine, energy medicine, and vibrational medicine the same? If no, how are the difference? Vibrational medicine, the term evolve, quantum medicine, integrative medicine. Vibrational medicine was a term used by Gerber in a book written in the 1980s, and he was already relating to quantum physics. And then later on, I don't remember the author, but there was a book about what we call virtual medicine. And then Dr. Deepak Chopra take back the idea around the quantum healing, and then came quantum medicine. So, but essentially we're speaking about the same thing here. We refer about the frame of quantum physics. Quantum physics, have to understand 50 years ago, has opened a new field of understanding of the universe. Unfortunately, at the beginning, excuse me, We have used this to make atomic bomb and so on, but there is now now we start to apply this to healing, and Dr. Goswami has seen that. So I would say all these terms, yes, are an effort, to express how the principle of quantum physics will interface with healing. So we are all speaking about the same thing, but through years, through 30 years of literature, it's getting refined. And now, the term quantum in some way has been, I wouldn't say overused, but it's not maybe the best term to interface with the healthcare the way it is. So creative integrative medicine for me is probably a new terminology, a new term that was probably more sympathetic to conventional medicine. All is about the way we say things, Virtual, I don't know. Maybe it was a good term, but I don't know if it will last. Quantum medicine was very strong in 1990s and even recently. Creative integrative medicine will be another interesting term to see how far this will go. Why? Because integrative medicine is already a used term inside medicine. It has the idea of integrate modality together. But you need a specific touch and creative, to carry on the idea of quantum. So yes, all these terms are speaking about the same thing, and hopefully we come with a common language, and this is what we are defining in our curriculum. Very, very interesting question. Thank you. Yes, things are changing. However, saying CAM in most of the hospital and treatment center will be the sign that there is great success in headway for CAM service delivery. Thought commercial advertise. Yes, yeah, of course. But for me, it's a little every day. Don't seek for dramatic. This will, you already have a lot of things that are going on in hospital and clinic, and were not even thinkable 30 years ago. Just think about massage, musicotherapy. Some use even quantum healing energy. Healing touch. There is many modality now that nobody even question, and they are even part of the. When people go in hospital and were not there before, it's a little at a time, and then but to capture the whole thing, as I tell you, we have to bring this paradigm shift in the educational model, and this is when things will start to turn around, because now the resistance is all the time to say it's not scientific. So as soon we have something reasonable that make people understand how this works, now we have an edge to go a little bit further. But you don't. Sometimes we think oh, it's so far and there is nothing. There's way more than if you look since 30 years. I can remember, because I'm in this field now for so many years. So just be patient, and it will go exponentially. There's a huge shift now healthcare in the United States. Already there, you will see a lot of opening to these different modalities. Thank you. No question? Thank you. René Atman, our society is changing to some degree. I have many who continue to say, I am sick on going to the doctor only to be given another drug. I think there is a true testimony of just her limit. Absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes it's not just the client, the doctor is also sick. This is how my story started. I was also, working in Canada winters with all the kids, and every winter I will have to prescribe again and again antibiotics. I just got sick of it, and then I start to look at homeopathy at that time. So it works both sides. It works both sides. Question? Okay. So thank you to have been with us, for this 2014, the first 2014 Quantum World TV. It's all the time a pleasure. You take some of your time to be part of this event. This will be posted on our website. You go Communauté Quantum World TV, so you can share the link with others that were not here this morning. And as I said, don't forget we have on our website about a referral form. Every lead you send, can be rewarded with credit hours, free of course. And this is our way to recompense you for your effort. And that was a pleasure for me to start the year with this new vision of 2014, Creative Integrative Medicine. There is a lot to come this year. We have a Congress coming. We have also Other World TV. We are planning to do what we call experiment intention with Dr. Fanning will be there, Dr. Dispenza, and of course Lynn McTaggart. She is the author, the one who has initiated this phenomena. So we will have a lot of new testimony on our channel too. We like to welcome students who does interesting thing out there. So please continue to watch us, and thank you again to be with us, and I wish you the best 2014. Thank you.